Hi, my name is Bree, and I chose to investigate the effects of population growth on Australia's natural water supply. I chose to investigate this issue due to the current water crisis facing Townsville, far north Queensland, where I live. Numerous failed wet seasons and a continuous demand for fresh water has seen the city's main water supply, the Ross River Dam, drop from 71% in January 2015 to 27% in May 2016, which is 11.2% lower than the recorded 1994 water crisis. And Townsville is not alone. As the population increases, further demands are placed on Australia's natural water supply, with the population projected to reach, on average, 42.5 million people by 2061, and Australians already extracting 92,237 gigalitres of water from the environment a year. Our need for a sustainable water solution is growing. For most of us, in fact 98% of us living in urban towns and cities, running water is part of an everyday given. Consequently, per capita, Australians are one of the highest water users in the world. Although only 12% of Australia's annual rainfall is collected in rivers, and rain is often unpredictable and unevenly distributed, many areas of Australia can see months or even years without rain. This mixture of low unpredictable rainfall with high usage is placing pressure on Australia's natural water resources and their dependent river ecosystems. To inform this inquiry, a brief Google search displayed websites that were checked against the website evaluation rubric to identify author, date, and domain name. This ensured the credibility and reliability of this information. This also enabled me to determine keywords that were then searched in Google Scholar, which is linked to the Curtin database, along with the Wiley online database. I curated this information using Evernote, although quickly used up my allocated limit under the free subscription, therefore begun to use Pinterest. Further investigations using the mentioned databases and more detailed reviews of the publications available on the identified websites will be needed to further understand the sustainability of Australia's water use. How does Australia use water? The agriculture industry is the highest user of water in Australia, consuming 62%, whereas households only consume 10%. This confirmed household consumption wasn't as high as I first presumed. Therefore, this directed my research into the agriculture sector, requiring more information on how they use water. How will a population increase impact on Australia's water supply? As population grows, more water will be extracted from the environment, affecting the plants and animals that depend on this water. I discovered, on average, every Australian uses 341,000 litres of water each year, although further information is needed into how a population increase could impact on Australia's water quality and availability. What impact has Australia's use of water caused to the environment? Australians' water is usually held in modified or man-made water storage areas in the forms of rivers, lakes, reservoirs and dams, along with wells and bores to access groundwater. As a result of this, 85% of Australia's riverbeds have been modified to support Australia's demand for water. More research is required into these effects and the future consequences of our water storage and withdrawal habits. What alternate solutions are available? I intend to investigate the use of both recycled water and desalinated water, its safety, availability, and the benefits or downfalls of using it in major demand industries such as agriculture. Further investigations are also needed into the consequences if no further action is implemented to protect Australia's natural water supply. An inquiry such as this would suit the upper primary years. In particular, a Year 4 classroom would cover concepts such as the management of natural resources and different ways to do this sustainably, and how society uses the resources available to satisfy present and future generations' wants and needs. This forms part of humanities and social science learning, aiming to harness students' curiosity and imagination about the world they live in.
Created using Powtoon.